Action.
You look wonderful.
But of course, darling,
I noticed that. So how you been feeling?
I feel marvelous. Have a seat.
My
This
God.
country club you sent me to was just amazing.
Oh, so you're experiencing the hospital as a
I
country
went for
club.
a swim, and I had some depilatory. How do they say depilatory?
It's like a Miami Beach resort, huh?
And what else? I had my nails done.
Esther, this is wonderful. I heard from Mark and Warren that
It's Miss Esther.
you've been. I'm sorry.
It's Miss Esther.
Miss Esther. Okay, Miss Esther. So I gather you single state is something you're enjoying, Miss Esther.
What's single? What are you talking about?
Well, we got to
Single
talk.
state.
Let's get down to business, Esther. You're doing wonderful. It looks like the electro-convulsive shock, the ECT.
What
I think has been
shock?
very
Are
successful.
you kidding me? Please.
We got
Don't
to talk.
flatter yourself, honey.
I think we got to talk about. You're going to be released in 2 days, and out of the hospital, and we got to talk about where you be living and.
I'll be living in my apartment
Well, I think it's important
with
that you.
Pinchik.
With who?
Pinchik, my lover,
Lover.
my boyfriend, the love of my life.
Who is this person? Where'd you meet him? Here?
He's a patient in the country club.
Are you seriously suggesting that?
I'm seriously suggesting, Doctor, I've listened to you. I've listened to you now for how many years? I found my way. Thank you very much. And thank you for coming to visit me.
Well, Esther, it's important that you don't transition right back to your
Oh,
living.
you wish. You just hate losing me as a patient.
Has nothing to do with
But,
that.
gain me as a friend.
I think a halfway house is in order, which
I
where
think a
there's
whole way out
people
house.
and staff, and then when you're ready, you'll go back to your family or
Oh,
living.
how very Jewish of you. Go back to the Munsters. Go back to the concentration camp. Never leave that. Ignore love that knocks at your door and beckons you and makes you into a smelling flower. Ignore all of that and go back to the dungeon of Dr. Obler.
Esther, I'm concerned that you, in getting out of the hospital after this treatment, that you go right back to
Well,
a situation you haven't been used to doing, which is living in your own apartment. It's been a long time since your old boyfriend
Listen,
died.
Pinchik has unemployment. I have disability compensation. We have a place to live. We love each other. What's your problem?
My problem is the transition from.
The problem is you're losing your patient.
Trust that I'm not invested in losing a patient or keeping a patient. I'm invested in the success of the
Getting
treatment.
depressed already.
Obviously, the depression has
Obviously, you're
waned.
making me depressed. You can't trust that I can take care of myself when I can take care of myself?
Why don't we just have a short period of time of some supervision in a halfway house? Where
Yeah, and lose the moment. Carpe diem, Dr. Obler, carpe diem.
Who is this Pinchik you're talking about?
My boyfriend.
How do we know his situation that he
His
can be?
situation is that he is the same as me. We have everything in common, therefore we have everywhere to explore.
I don't think.
If you didn't put me in here because you didn't think I would get healthy, and now I'm telling you I'm healthy, I'm happy, I have love, and you're not satisfied, I think you're the
No, I
cook.
just want to be conservative and cautious about
Oh, yes.
a transition from a hospital situation after ECT. We have to be careful.
You never fell
So
in
you're
love
such-
in your life?
I don't think we're here to discuss my.
Of course
personal
not,
life.
because you don't know, you can't relate to it. Everything with you has to be planned out and ensure so that it doesn't bad. Like you focus on fear. You live your whole life out of fear. Even you line your patients up in case the worst doesn't happen. What
Esther,
about making them fly so the best can happen?
I'm very happy that you're feeling...
You look like you're going to kill me.
Well, I think
I'm very happy that I don't have a patient anymore.
I think you're misreading what
But
I'm very happy we succeeded, or you succeeded in making a wonderful transition out of a major depression. But I just think we want to be careful and go slowly back to a normal life.
Oh, he does
in
it very
Starrett City and
slowly,
Brooklyn.
doctor. Very slowly and very competently.
And I'd like to meet this so-called friend of yours and just have a transition period back. But it looks like you're not going to take my advice.
What was your advice again?
That we transition to a halfway house. We have staff for
I
a month or two.
have a beautiful apartment waiting for me.
Esther, you haven't been living in that apartment for 6 months.
So Pinchik
You went
is
into
going to
a
help me
major
clean it up.
You were living in your parents' house, as you forgot not. You were in major depression. We just came through a major
And
hospitalization.
I'm not anymore, but why do you have to keep reminding me? I'm okay. I don't need you. I don't need Mark. I don't need Warren. I don't need those other cuckoo birds. The cuckoo's nest. Ooh. I'm just not there anymore. Accept me as I am. I'm free. I'm liberated.
Do I have your permission to discuss this with the hospital staff?
I don't care what you do.
Well, I think that would be the next step. But I have to say I'm very happy you're feeling so well.
Thank you.
Okay. What do you think?